Salam and hello everyone. Welcome back to the channel. I hope that you are all doing well. In today's video, we are going to be talking about maca root and what the evidence seems to suggest in regards to how it can benefit women's health matters. Now, maca root is a cruciferous vegetable. Vegetable meaning it's like broccoli or cabbage. Those are well-known cruciferous vegetables, but this one particularly is found in the mountain ranges of Peru. Now, historically, many people know that maca root is beneficial for treating issues like energy, low energy, as well as fertility issues, and beneficial for sexual health. One thing I do want to say is maca root right now is currently available in powder form, capsules, as well as liquid extract. So many of you watching may have tried maca root in the past, or you're currently taking maca root. If you have, leave a comment below and let people know what you're taking it for, if you feel comfortable, and how much you're taking, how long you're taking it, and if you've seen any benefit. But in today's video, I specifically want to talk about 4 areas where the evidence seems to suggest that maca root is beneficial. So the first is the menopausal symptom relief. We're also going to talk about energy and mood. We are going to talk about sexual health, and then finally we're going to talk about bone health. As with any supplements or products I talk about, I will also talk about dosing. I will talk about caution, who should take this medication or who should take the supplement with caution. So always proceed with caution, even if you are someone who's been taking this for a while. Maybe you introduced a new food or a new medication to your regimen, or you're taking it for the first time. Just some things to note that I really want you to pay attention to. I also am going to talk about, how long people should take or how long it's recommended people try maca root, and anything else that comes to mind, I will bring it up in this video. So first, let's dive into menopausal symptom relief and what the evidence seems to suggest. So a systematic review that was published in 2011 in the Menopause journal seems to suggest that maca root is beneficial for hot flashes, mood swings, and sleep disturbances. Those 3 in particular. So it's also only found in perimenopausal and postmenopausal women, in those 2 sets of women. Now, with the particular mechanism of action, maca root is not a phytoestrogen or estrogen-containing compound. I think it's very important to mention that, but it is hypothesized or theorized that it works through the HPA axis, or the hypothalamus pituitary and adrenal axis, to help balance hormones or improve hormone balance. So I do want to mention that. If you've tried maca root and you've seen any improvement in hot flashes or mood swings or sleep disturbances, leave a comment below. I would be interested to know if it's been beneficial for you in that way. Now, the second thing I want to talk about is how it has been beneficial for energy and mood. Small trials, not large randomized, but small trials that were published in 2001, 2006, a while ago, showed that it seemed to improve energy and mood and fight fatigue, which is also very beneficial for certain women who may be overworked or who might find that their energy levels are low, maybe because of hormonal balances and hormonal shifts as they're getting older. Now, with maca supplementation, it's thought that in order to boost energy and mood, it might boost neurotransmission or neurotransmitters like dopamine and serotonin, if you're familiar with those neurotransmitters. If not, I'll leave a link to this video in which I talk about these neurotransmitters and how they help your body regulate itself. Many women describe taking maca root and helping them like a natural pick-me-up, giving them a boost of energy and a boost of focus that they're needed. Maybe they take it throughout the day, or maybe they take it early in the morning. So that's another benefit that has been seen, is that it's good for energy and mood. Now, the third thing I want to talk about is how maca root might be beneficial for sexual health and libido. So there have been multiple randomized controlled trials that suggest that maca improves sexual health in both menopausal women and those with anti and depressant-related sexual dysfunctions. And I'm going to leave a link to this particular article below, as well as the other articles. And this one was found in CNS Neuroscience and Therapeutics. Sometimes antidepressants can cause other side effects, even though the goal is to improve the depressive state. Often nicknamed Peruvian ginseng because it can support sexual wellness without the use of hormones. So that's something to be mindful of as well. Now, the fourth item on the list that I want to talk about is bone health. A 2014 study seems to suggest that Maca root is beneficial in supporting bone density, but these were in animal models, not human models. And osteoporosis is a big deal with women of a certain age. As we get older, we tend to see that women who enter postmenopause have an issue with osteoporosis. Hormone replacement therapy or menopausal hormone replacement therapy is actually approved for the prevention of osteoporosis in postmenopausal women. So that lets you know it's really a big issue. Maca root, the early evidence seems to suggest it does support bone health, but more information is actually needed. More research is needed to support the use, or to give a definitive yes that Maca root is beneficial for bone health. Now, of course, let's talk about how Maca root is dosed and how it is taken. So again, Maca root is available in a capsule form, it's available in a powder form, and a liquid extract. Usually taken daily between 1.5 and 3 milligrams. And it's often suggested to say, if you want to see a benefit, try it first for 6 to 12 weeks consecutively without missing a beat. And it's always important that when you're trying something new, to be consistent if you don't have any adverse effects or any, issues taking the medication. Now, there are certain types of maca, and I'm not going to get into that in detail, but I just want to at a high level tell you there's yellow maca, red maca, and black maca. Now, red is often studied for women's health, and then the black is also said to have been a benefit for energy and mood. Now, I want to talk about the women who should proceed with caution when considering to take Maca root. The first are women with estrogen-sensitive cancers like breast cancer, uterine cancer, and ovarian cancer. Maca root is not a phytoestrogen or an estrogen-containing compound, but it is always advised that women should proceed with caution, especially if they have these types of conditions. The second are women with thyroid conditions. Now, maca is a crucifer like cabbage and broccoli, and it contains goitrogens. Goitrogens taken in large amounts can interfere with the thyroid, especially if iodine intake is low. So women should proceed with caution. The third are women who are breastfeeding. Studies are not well known with women who are breastfeeding, so it's always advised in those situations to avoid. Now, maca root also has a side effect profile. Those are things that are seen in people who've been taking it for a while or maybe new to the supplement. Some of the things that have been seen include headaches, gastrointestinal issues, insomnia, which means you can't sleep, as well as feeling jittery. And I'm going to talk about that jitteriness because that's where the energy and the mood boosting comes from. Some people might feel jittery instead of having their mood picked up. So some of the medication interactions I do want to talk about include hormonal therapies like hormonal replacement therapy, which I talked about, as well as birth control. No direct contraindication, but effects on the hormone balance are not fully understood and can be seen. So it's important to monitor symptoms. The second thing I was talking about earlier are thyroid meds like levothyroxine, potential interaction due to that goitrogen content. Third on the list, blood pressure meds. Now, that's where the jitteriness comes in. So rarely does this occur, but maca can increase or stimulate your energy to the point where your blood pressure might increase. Not always seen, but or your blood pressure might change. Not always seen, but it should be just proceed with caution if you know you are prone to blood pressure changes or blood pressure sensitivity. There are no food interactions so far, but it's best taken with food. Now, with regards to the duration of use, I spoke about women taking it between 6 to 12 weeks consistently first to start. And that was because women were taking it in those clinical trials I mentioned between 6 to 12 weeks. But I've noticed that it is recommended to actually cycle Maca. So you will take it for 8 to 12 weeks consistently and then cycle off of it for 2 to 4 weeks and then start it up again. I'm not too sure about those. I think evidence might need to be more robust in that sense in terms of how long to take it and how much you need. Again, if you don't experience any menopausal symptoms or bone health issues or sexual health issues or energy issues or mood issues, maybe Maca is not right for you. Maybe there's something else you want to try to help you with your health. But this is just the general information that I wanted to talk about. I have some more information on, similar items that might help with women who are having menopausal symptoms and need some of that relief, but not hormone relief. They don't want to try hormones or they can't take hormones, which is really important to mention. And I'm going to work on that video and publish it fairly shortly. So again, here's my call to action is to let me know in the comments what you would be interested in me talking about. I have a list of topics I'm going to be working on. And yeah, I thank you for watching and I shall see you in the next video. Take care. Bye.